Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds to 9 o'clock with news. Pandemic risks have been replaced by climate risks in China. But first in China, tax revenue is rising again, up 3.2% in June from the same month a year ago, and ending a 5-month streak of declines. In May, the same data fell 10%, so this is a healthy recovery. Meanwhile, Japan is making progress in getting some of its companies to shift manufacturing out of China based on strategic risks. 87 companies have qualified for Japanese support to make the move, and of course others are doing it on their own. Domestically, the floods in southern China are getting worse. The Three Gorges Dam is at capacity and more rain is forecast, so downstream cities are being prepared for very major flooding. The emergency is spreading from the giant Yangtze River Basin to the Yellow River Basin. This is an event of global significance. In Europe, they're trying to agree on a huge coronavirus economic recovery plan, but it is tough going, and they're now in an unscheduled third day of testy summit talks in Brussels. Some member states from the north say the proposed €750 billion package is too large and should come as loans rather than as gifts or grants wanted by the south and the east. In the US, building permit levels in June and new housing start data for the same month came in pretty much as expected, up from May levels, but below the levels of the same month a year ago. But consumer confidence is starting to waver and fall again after a longer than expected positive run in June as pandemic lockdowns eased. But the new gravity of the situation is starting to dawn on increasing numbers of previous sceptics. In Australia, they're trying to figure out how to handle the resurgent pandemic. Decisions they are making there will impact New Zealand significantly, and it seems likely they'll decide they're just not up to achieving an elimination strategy. If that is where they end up, the trans-Tasman bubble is toast. In fact, the risk of community transmission in New Zealand will probably rise. The US Treasury 10-year yield is down 1 basis point to 0.62%. The gold price will start the week at $1,810, which is a small $12 gain over the past week. Oil prices are a little softer again today to start the week. They're now just under $40.50 a barrel in the US, and the international price is just under $43 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar will start the week at just on 65.6 US cents. That's little change in a week. We're also unchanged at 93.7 Australian cents. Against the euro, we're stable at 57.4 euro cents. That means our trade-weighted index is at 69.9 and broadly the same level it's been for the last 2 weeks. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.